said, let's start with what happened. The vehicles broke nearly every week. The heat was mean before breakfast. The dust got into everything. The people making all the decisions seemed mostly clueless too. And every grand official answer just raised another question for you. The days were long, the work was dirty, the whole machine ran rough and loud. Nobody standing in that desert then thought they'd stumbled onto sacred ground. He said, don't forget all the hard parts. I said, don't forget the sky. Funny how two men can stand together in the same place and both be right, both right. I remember stars before daylight, cold enough to sting your hands. Miles of silence after midnight, stretching farther than I'd planned. I remember rain on creosote, rising slow across the plain, like the desert had been waiting to introduce itself by name. He said that doesn't fix all the problems we still had out in the sand. It just turns out wonder and aggravation can occupy the same piece of land. He said, don't forget all the hard parts. I said, don't forget the sky. Funny how two men can stand together in the same place and both be right, both right. We found work that finally fit us, more than turning wrenches all day, more than watching things fall apart and trying to keep them underway. He carried books about hard country and people who kept moving on. I carried questions about deserts and why some places linger long. Similar maps for reading life, similar ways of keeping score, and somehow every road we followed kept arriving at the same door. There came a day the mountains shifted, rock and gravity disagreed. The kind of moment that reminds you how little separates luck from need. He looked it over, shook his head, finished what we came to do. That's the sort of thing you remember long after all the details leave you. He said, don't forget all the hard parts. I said, don't forget the sky. Funny how two men can stand together in the same place and both be right. The failures were real, the lightning was real, the dust and the stars were equally true. Decades later, we're still discussing it and both right.